Hall of Famer Tommy Lasorda joining us here in the booth in the top of the third inning with the Dodgers leading the Giants 3-1. Barry Zito is the batter. Tommy, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Happy to be with my two guys here, you know. Both of them, they always take care of me, always watch out for me, always make sure I'm okay, and I just eat it all up.
That's because you always took care of us.
Exactly. There'd be no Bulldog without Lasorda.
And Tommy, of course, managed Oral for a number of years here in L.A., and Bobby was your manager in the minor leagues, right?
Minor leagues, Venezuela, Dominican Republic.
Yeah, we started out in the rookie league together. Then I went to AAA, and I took him with me. He had only played 1 year of minor league ball, 2 months, and I took him up as a shortstop. He was a center fielder. And he played. In the next year, he led the Pacific Coast League in 6 offensive departments and was the MVP of the Pacific Coast League. Bulldog did something that I watched. I saw it. I didn't believe it. 59 scoreless innings. Unbelievable to see anybody who can do that.
I gave Tommy a picture of us walking off the mound here in Dodger Stadium from an aerial shot, and I wrote it to Tommy, "You made this picture possible."
P-I-T-C-H-E-R.
And it was just the two of us, and he had it right behind his desk when I used to go in there and eat his food.
I just wish I had a copy of that one-on-one confrontation we had in my office.
With
Bulldog,
Oral?
yeah. Yeah, his name wasn't Bulldog when he came in, but when he left, his name was Bulldog. And he believed he was a Bulldog.
Well, remembering we're a family show, what was that confrontation about? What were you guys trying to settle? As we take a look at some old footage, 1985, a young Bulldog, just a pup, back in 85, and then after the Dodgers won the World Series, that incredible run in 1988.
What happened was I brought him into relief to pitch to Jose Cruz. Bases were loaded, and he sinker ball low and away, sinker ball low and away, sinker ball low and away, 3-0. Throws a strike, and he hit one right off of that where it says Bud Light. And all 3 runs scored. So the next day I had him in my office. I said, you want to know something? I never saw a guy pitch negatively like you did. You know what your problem was? You were saying...
Andres Torres lines one to right field. Ethier over to make the catch, 2 down.
You were saying to yourself, I better not throw that ball there or he's going to hit it. Instead of saying, I'm going to throw that ball there and he's not going to hit it. And I said, and furthermore, I don't like your first name, Oral. I said. So I'm telling you right now, from now on out, your name is Bulldog.
Wow.
You're going to act like a Bulldog. You're going to think like a Bulldog. And you're going to pitch like a Bulldog. And then all of a sudden he bit me in the arm.
And he was a Bulldog.
Leave him alone, Dan. He's on a roll.
Freddie Sanchez, the batter. Oral, there's 2 sides to every story.
No, he's exactly right. And I'm
right.
glad my pitching coach, Ron Peranowski, at the time came in with me because I'd have been scared to have been alone with you at that time.
Oh, boy.
What year was that, Oral? Or Tommy, what year did that happen?
1984.
Yeah.
And you did not get a nickname until Tommy believed that you were on his team and you were a big leaguer. You were Oral until he believed you were a big leaguer. And so I read between the lines and I knew the theory behind what Tommy did. You know, so Dave Anderson was Honeydew, and we had guys with all kinds of nicknames.
I said,
Kenny
we're playing
Landry,
Atlanta
KT.
tonight. If I bring you in and the guy on the PA system says, now pitching for the Dodgers, Oral Hershiser, Murphy's going to say, I can't wait till I eat this guy up. But now it's going to be now pitching for the Dodgers, number 55, Bulldog Hershiser. Murphy's going to say, hey, man, the guy got that name. He's got to be some kind of guy. The name.
And he still goes by it today. I mean, he answers to Bulldog today.
I call him nothing but Bulldog.
Yeah. Enjoying some reminiscing with Tommy Lasorda. We've talked about his days with Oral Hershiser. How about with Bobby Valentine, 1983? That's Bobby Jr. in Tommy Lasorda's arms.
Let me tell you something about Bulldog first. You know, nobody's supposed to play golf on the team. I said, if you want to play golf, wait till the season's over. It's baseball time. So I see they're unloading the plane, and I see a golf bag come off. And I said, I got to go over and check it. And I thought it was maybe the engineers or one of the announcers' golf clubs. And I found out that it was his wife's maiden name on the golf clubs. So I called him in. I said, well, Bulldog, you thought you had me, huh? That's it. 250. 250. The next day he comes in, he puts a check on my desk, and I look. I said, he had this check for $1,000. I said 250. He said, no, you're going to catch me 3 more times. Now, Bobby Valentine.
How about that? How about this shot of my son? Here's a second out of the inning, Dan.
Little
Come back
Bobby.
to the mound. What about Bobby Valentine?
That picture with my son. He was just born, and I sent Tommy a dirty diaper with a little note that said, "Dear Uncle Tom, I wanted to send you the first thing I did on my very own. Love, Bobby Valentine Jr." Vince Scully announced it on the game that day, didn't he?
Bobby Valentine could do it all, I'll tell you that. He was a great athlete.
But we were never in uniform in the big leagues together,
No,
Tommy.
no.
And that was one of the regrets I had.
Yeah, well, you know, Bobby, we had hoped and prayed for that day to come, but I thank God because, you know, you wanted me to be with you when you managed the All-Star team. I will never, ever forget that. You called the commissioner and asked permission to put me in uniform. And that was so thoughtful of you to do that for me.
Well, it was great that Bud Selig and Major Leagues allowed us to be together in uniform. You came to Seattle. You were my honorary coach, and you insisted on going on the field. You were in the dugout, and you insisted to go out and coach third base, didn't you?
Yes. And Latimer Guerrero was the hitter. Now, as a third base coach, where that ball gets hit, you got to follow the ball.
Yes.
It went down the right field line.
I told you to watch out for the ball.
I was watching the ball, and then all of a sudden I hear the people holler, and I look up, and there comes this bat right at me. Now, this big, huge stadium, that bat had to come right to me. Now, if you want to see something, so I did a flip, and there was dead silence in the stadium. And then all of a sudden, when I got up, they began to applaud, knew I wasn't hurt, and that was it. But the commissioner came in after the game, and he said, you caused more excitement than our National League team did.
Tommy, thanks for joining us. Great to see you, sir.
Very much.
Thanks.